Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again. You're with me at ScrubIn with Chi. So the last time I was with you guys, we did a reveal of my Lux Pro productivity planner, and I just basically showed you guys the contents, everything that was inside of the planner. And I promised that later on, after I set it up, I'd come back and show you all what I've done with the planner.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones that
So back to our planner. So this is what she's looking like. Oh, mulberry purple. Yes guys, take it in. Have this little distractor here, sequence thing going on here, and I thought this would be a really good idea to add to the planner, because remember, I am creating my planner coming from the nursing point of view, so I like to wash my hands and I sanitize often during the day. So I thought, okay, this is a good idea to include it on the planner, because before I actually start documenting, writing, anything like that, if I don't have the opportunity at the point in time to wash my hands, I can sanitize. So I thought this was a nice add, and I think I'm always going to add it in all my setups. So these are just some of the dividers or the separators that I had, that I created. Everything that you see here, everything I actually made it. Without further ado, let's look inside of her. Alright, so to actually put this here as well, just for the aesthetics, but we're gonna put it on the side. Okay guys, so this is the planner. This is my nursing setup. So starting here, right, these I actually made everything that you're seeing here. Alright, I made all these, these little decals, these little pop-ups, coffee, scrubs, and rubber gloves. I have these nice paper clips, decorative paper clips holding down the decal, bow, everything is matching. So this theme is basically a freshness. That was what I was thinking. Purple, white, silver, a little bit of green in between, right? You all will see the main dashboard in a little while. This is a card that I have here. It's a motivation card, right? With God's help, I can do all things, because so this is just basically some words of encouragement had written on the card by various persons that I worked with, and I thought that this would be a great, let's say, pick me up when sometimes we go into school and you're so stressed out with everything, because nursing is a very hard degree. It's a very hard degree, and sometimes you're feeling as though you want to quit. So this is actually going to serve as my motivation when I'm feeling like, oh gosh, I just want to forget about this whole nursing process, because I'm like, what am I even doing here? This is going to be my motivation to remain here. So I have this here. I had these nice stickers that I had. She's beautiful, resilient, strong, powerful, worthy, fearless, and all of that. Just things to keep you motivated. But guys, look at this. I am a customizing junkie, so I added this to my planner, right? And I also added this pocket as well, because this planner is really great, but in terms of decorating, we only have the Lux Pro only has the side pockets like here, which is really great, because I think it's unique that way. These nice side pockets here, so everything I made, even like these paper clips and stuff, they can go sideways like this, or they could turn like this. So that was just me being creative to make things work for me. These are some stickers that I got on Pinterest that I printed. I thought they were really pretty, and I actually made my die cards with them. I just did my own DIY laminating. Probably in another video I'll show you guys how I actually do my DIY laminating without the machine. This pocket here, I added it from a wallet that I have. So you see I got some pockets going this way to add additional stuff to it. I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted all of this here, but then I thought it was really pretty, and I like things to catch my eyes, and it helps me relax and just zen. So I have my little Hello Kitty nurse here. Look at her with a little clipboard, doing her thing. So she's just here saying, hi Jay, how you going? Yes, she's here with me throughout the day, and then we have Hello Kitty here as well, right, doing her little nurse thing. You have some little stickers in between, girl boss. Yep, that's what we are. We're doing this thing. And in this pocket, I just added some cash So I have my student ID in here, right? I was gonna put pens and stuff in here, but then I decided against that because I actually made a pencil case for the planner, and that's to the back. So all my pens and stationery items and stuff are there. So we'll get to that. So first, dashboard, RN, registered nurse. That's what we all heading towards, guys. We're going through the struggle together, and one day each of us gonna have this as our title. This is another card that I got. A very special person that I work with. I love her so much. She's like a mother to me. I love this woman. She's a nurse, and she's been nursing over 20 years, and I just love her because the wisdom that she imparts, it's absolutely impeccable, and it's really beneficial. So she has a way that she teaches, and you can absorb from her. I don't know, she's just remarkable. I love this lady. Moving on, this is our first dashboard, and this is where I drew my inspiration from, and I decided to make this as my dashboard, right? So this is just some art that I did, and guys, check out this bow. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love it. I made this as well, guys. Yeah. So first page, again, RN, that's what we're gonna be, and this is my first page here again, calendar. So this is actually the Lux Pro insert right there, calendar. So I just highlighted it, you know, because I am attracted to color. I love color, so I just highlighted it and I laminated it. So if I think, you know, I want to write on it, let's say, oh gosh, let's say we're in September, and classes next week, we have something 11th, probably something on the 15th. So you can actually highlight the days that you want to do your stuff. I need to get a wet erase because this is dry erase, so it can erase very easy like that, right? So this is my calendar page, and this is 2023 and it's 2024 as well, so that is really great. So we prepped, we're ready for it. This is my month at a glance. This is actually Lux Pro month at a glance as well, right? But I again decorated it and I laminated it so that I can actually write on it again. We're gonna go right. So Sunday might be study, Tuesday classes the entire day, right? Monday might be wards, right? Wednesday, what do I have on a Wednesday? I don't have anything on a Wednesday, so Wednesday's wards as well. On Thursday, I have a class, nutrition and disease, right? That is at 5. Friday, wards again. Saturday, study, right? And Sunday will be, well, probably me time and whatever else I need to get done, and so forth. But you can write it all here, and like I said before, it's very easy to remove, and then you can reuse it. So this one insert is going to work until infinity, basically. I have a brain dump going on here. For those of you that don't know what the brain dump is, basically it's just an area that you can go to. Let's say we on the watch during the day and something happened, we hear a new word, a new phrase, you know, something that stands out, and you know, or you learn something, you just want to make note of it, and probably you want to add it to your following day in terms of what you want to do, or you want to add it to study to learn more about it and all of that. So you can come to your brain dump, laminate it as well, the entire thing. And let's say the doctors are talking about a patient that has renal failure, and you're not too sure what is renal failure, especially for the new nurses. Renal failure, let's say the patient is on cardiac monitoring, right? They have, you know, they're on oxygen therapy or O2 therapy, and you want to learn the rate of the oxygen that the patient is receiving, what type of mass, and all these different type of things. You revisit it and get further clarification on what that is. So this area is going to work for that purpose, your brain dump, right? You can also add whatever you want on this area to prep for the next day planning. And this is my schedule. Yeah, so look at this pink, and we can actually do the brain dump here as well. This is an extra page here, right at the back of this, because this is laminated also. So I just like the pink. This is one of the dividers that I got, and I like the pink, so I put it on top of this dashboard that I created. Knitting is my heart. I love knitting, and I think it's a profession that it speaks to me, right? Because I enjoy interacting with people. I love helping people, assisting people. So it's never a situation where I'm feeling, oh gosh, why I go in here, why are they? I mean, yes, there are days when you are tired, but the profession itself, I actually enjoy it. And then we have our girl, you know, chilling here, right? She says, be who you are, not who the world wants you to be. Right. So these pages are notes that I would have made during the time that I would have been on the clinical area in the wards itself, and things that would have stood out to me, and I would have written them out so I could actually reference them here. This area, I'll actually be building this area a lot, because when we go to these sites, there are certain things that we have to learn. There are certain notes that we would get. For example, this is a wound dressing. The notes here, this is like a compilation. I made it fit to the A5 size, and based on what I would have learned, I would have tailored it, you know, added what needed to be added, and stuff like that. Sometimes we get these notes from our clinical instructors. I formatted it for it to fit into my A5 planner, and you know, sometimes you might want to have a quick look, because you know, sometimes you're functioning and you're trying to be so efficient, and the brain just not making the connection with the muscle, and you don't know, you're forgetting stuff. And documentation is important, and the steps of what you're doing is important. You must have a rationale for what you're doing. So in this area, I have this, like, let's say my nursing aid area, things that could actually help me when I'm on the ward and I probably need a quick glance at something to refresh my memory. So this one is basically wound dressing. This one is basically the things that I think the nurse does during the day in terms of what takes place. So you, in your area, you might notice certain things, and then you might actually see a pattern. So this was a pattern that I came up with and I documented. This is handing over basics. Basically what you do when you're going to hand over a patient. Tray set up for nursing. We have the head to toe assessment tray, we have the vitals tray, insulin tray, the dressing skills tray, medication, and all of these different types of trays. This would have been something that our clinical instructors would have given, you know, us at some point in time, or as students we share notes. So these are all things that you can actually get easily. Like I said, some of these things are notes that I would have generated as well, or things that I would have found on the internet and decided I wanted it to be part of my planner to assist me. So here we have examples of documentation. Well, this one is an example of a documentation after dressing procedure. So I had this here, I wrote it out, and in terms of what you want to write up for the patient, if it is you're not too familiar with what you need to write, if it is you're now learning how to do documentation, there are different types throughout that you can utilize and you can make notes of. And sometimes when you're on the ward and you observe the nurses making their notes, you know, we always have to reference and look at what they're doing, what they're documenting, and learn from it, right? And also ensure that it doesn't go against what we're learning. So that's this area here, and this is basically like the solutions. We have isotonic solutions, we have hypotonic, colloidal solutions, and we have the hypertonic solutions, right? So these are the different types of solutions that you would see the patients receiving. So during this 2 months here, I would have been studying this, you know, prepping for our pathophils class, right? Because guys, sometimes, you know, we have these ideas in our head. After our SOKG, you know what you're gonna do? Make a note, and when you go home, you're going to do your research and ensure that you know what the different types of solutions are. So I found this and I printed it out. I looked at a couple of videos as well that would really helpful. So that is this section here. This section is definitely going to grow, because as I go along, I'm going to be adding things in here. So for example, this semester I'm doing pathophils too, I'm doing dosage maths, I'm doing nutrition and disease, and I'm also doing pharmacology. So during that time, I'm sure I'm going to learn different things that I will think are necessary for my learning, to enhance my learning as well. So I'll just add it to an A5 document, print it out, stick it in here and have it as a reference. So far this is what my nursing aid section looks like, and I'm really happy with it. So let's move on. So guys, funny thing, right? So I got this dashboard on Pinterest, and when I downloaded it, what caught my attention was the column. I was looking at one previously and there was a nurse. So when I downloaded this one, I realized after the fact that it said dentist. Oh my. So I did some art up here and covered it, right? Oh my god, I need to cover this as well. Dental professional. No, dental professional. Nurse. Let me cover that one time. So guys, you see, washi tape to the rescue. Nope. But the thing about it is, we are all, as healthcare workers, we are all hardworking 100%. We are all compassionate. Sanity, we have no sanity, because sometimes we we have to wonder what we're really doing here, right? This filling of cavities, no. Crown prep, no. Forget that. Professionalism, 500%. We definitely need to be professionals, creating smiles. Yeah, nurses, we do that as well, right? Caffeine, 1000%. Oh my gosh, I don't think I know any nurse that doesn't actually like coffee, or any student for that matter. We all love coffee. Coffee is a lifesaver. My goodness. Multitask, definitely as a nurse. Intelligence, of course, it's necessary. Yes, so that was this dashboard, but it's still gonna work for the nurse. And guys, don't you just love this black? Look at it. Forget the glass slippers. This princess wears scrubs, definitely. And then I made this page separator, right? I thought she was really cute. Scrub life. So she was really cute. And at the back of it, I have some sticky notes or post-it notes. So sometimes, during going through the plan and something pops out to you, make a note of it there. Purple hair, and this daily planner page here. This is actually from the Lux insert, and I decided to use it. I like the way it's set up. It actually has the day schedule per the hour: 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's usually time we in the clinical area up to 3 o'clock, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So it has it by the hour. So I think this is really cool, because when you're managing your patients, there are definitely things that you're going to have to do hourly. There are things you're going to have to do for the patient every half an hour, depending when you administer medication, and you're checking to see if the therapeutic effect is taking place with the patient and all these different things. So I love this, because the hourly setup is going to be actually beneficial to us as nurses. So I kept this. I didn't do anything to it because I just wanted it clean and clear. Now, like I said, there are people that really love to decorate their planners and do all these different things. I decided there are certain pages I don't want anything distracting on them, and this is one of those pages, because with patient care, you don't want to make mistakes. You want to be as efficient as you can be, because you don't want to have any mistakes. So you don't want to have too much distractions on the page itself, and then you forget something because you're paying attention to something else. So I decided to leave these pages as clear as possible and to use them as they are. So critical task, again, depending on the patient. If a patient is on, like, let's say a turning schedule, and you need to turn that patient every 2 hours while you're on duty, you can make a note of it, bed this, patient that, whatever, and you make a note of it here. Right? You can look at your planner every so often and check, did I do this, did I do that, take it off and continue from there. So I like the critical tasks. But other tasks, this could probably be like, okay, you have kids, you have to go to work or whatever you need to do afterwards. You have to make groceries, you have things like that to do. Other tasks, you can put it here, or you can leave it strictly for the patients, and you can put what other things the patient might require here as well. Right? Today's win. Now for me, I think this is going to be my gratitude, because every day, even though it might be very hard, you must be grateful for something. Because being in the hospital, let me tell you something, if you haven't been to the wards as yet, being in the hospital and seeing what people go through on a daily basis, you have to be thankful. You need to be thankful. Come on, most of us have our two legs, we have our 2 arms, or we have our eyesight, we working as perfectly as we can. Not everybody is as fortunate. So today is when you definitely need to be grateful for something. And if you're not, then you need to check yourself. Progress goals, yeah. Now this little part here with the exercise and thing, I didn't really want to use it because I didn't think it really going with what I was thinking here. But then maybe if you have a patient that has to see the physiotherapist, I left it because okay, this patient might need physio, so just make a note of it there. And we have fluid intake here and tasks that would have migrated to the next day. So that's what I have going on here. In this section, I created pages that would help me during my, let's say, when I'm dealing with a patient, total patient care, right? So the pages that I have here, I have a patient's handover page. So I'll have the date and the shift if it's morning shift, if it's evening shift. So I'll put the shift that's on there, and when we do the handover, I'll document the information for each patient on this area here. At the end of the week, I have a reflections page. This is the insert that comes from Lux itself. Reflection of the week. So after you'd have done everything, because I set it up for a week basically, so I'll do my reflections here because as nursing students, we're supposed to be doing a lot of journaling to talk about our experiences on the ward. Right? We're supposed to be following the Gibbs style of journaling, and I think for some of us, we might find that it's tedious and oh gosh, something else to do. But to be honest, when you journal, it helps you learn. It helps you assimilate the information. It helps you to understand why a rationale is important. Why you're doing this. What is the outcome? You analyze the situation better. You would have seen what you did wrong, what the other members of the team would have done wrong. You'd have been able to plan the way forward, make a plan so that, okay, this would not happen again. Right? So I think journaling is important if you want to be an effective caregiver and to remedy, find solutions to move forward so okay, it doesn't happen again. That page, patient handover page, so this is basically, let's say I have it set up for the week, so this is my Monday page. I have this set up here, daily taking over, so I would put information about my patient here. Now this is for me basically. We will have all of this on the ward, but let's see like things that I think you should be learning, practicing, right? Doctor's wrongs, nursing interventions, patient lab stats, things like that, right? So like I said, these documents that I would have created. If you'll notice, there's a watermark on them, right? So these are documents that I would have created that I'm going to be using to help me be more efficient in the clinical area, right? And afterwards, I think it'll be a good tool for me to study afterwards, to go back and look at the situation with the patient, what was done, what was the medication administered, and all of these different things. So that is why I came up with this, right? So I have it set up basically for a month, right? So this is basically 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 and 4 weeks here basically, right? So it's set up for a month. So the planner itself is very chunky because of this. I have it pinned off, right? So when I'm ready to go to that week, I can actually separate the week itself and probably take out the entire week when I'm finished with it and put it in another planner for storage. So I could always go back to that when you're doing pathophysiology and you're in the hospital and you're actually seeing the conditions come to life, right? And you start to make the connections. So this is my way of taking notes, and it's also going to assist me when it comes to revision and things like that. So that is what this section is about. So guys, look at this pink. Look at the pink. Look at how it blended, how it matched there. So this is another dashboard. Well, I made all of them, right? I made all of them. Another dashboard I thought was really pretty. So let's go to ScrubIn. So this section is basically I would say where I am documenting my courses for the semester. So the planner is basically a catch-all planner for me because it's going to document everything for me to make me more efficient as a student, as a nurse, as a partner, as a mother, as a friend even, to make me more efficient. So it's a catch-all planner. So there's my nursing sections, there's my personal section as well, and I try to make inserts, you know, to basically represent each of those areas or to coincide with what I'm doing. So in this section here, I made this. So I had the semester, the academic year, and the year itself. And this is my assignment tracker. So it will have the course, the assignment, when it's due, and if it's completed here, when it's done. And also I'll have a pending. So I'm doing 4 courses this semester, and I included an assignment page for each of them. So pathophysiology, pharmacology, dosage maths, and nutrition and disease, right? So I included 4 pages. I didn't want to put too much to be distracting because I printed out all the pages that I would need for a year. So as we go forward here, all of these pages that I would have printed would have been for at least more than a year, a little bit more than a year. So all I have to do for my following setters, because it's a nursing planner. But remember, I told you guys that I would be decorating the planner as the seasons change, because I like color and it motivates me, and sometimes to make, you know, make things, just liven up things. The setup, I will change the setup. But the inserts themselves, unless I think it's not really working for me, I'm not going to change it. I'll just keep using those inserts, you know, reprinting them and going with it. So these are the assignment trackers to keep abreast of what assignment, which quiz, which exam, all of that. Also make note of the persons, probably independent area, I could do that as well. Make note of the persons that you'll actually be working with, because we know there are subgroups and all of that. So that is what this area is for. Listen planner. So guys, isn't she all of that? Yes. So look at this little page divider I made, page separator. So she works willingly with her hands. It's a Proverbs. Our prettiness may be dangerous, but our intelligence is lethal. I thought this was real chic, and I just loved how it blended and it matched with my planner. So I put her right here, and it's just a separator. So this is one of the pages that comes with the Lux Pro, the Cornell Notes. Guys, if you haven't used Cornell Notes before, I think you should look into Cornell Notes, the structure itself, and, you know, set up your notebooks like that. It's basically, you see how it's divided like this, right? Probably I'll do another, I think I'll do another video, and I'll talk about things like that, you know, study tips, things that you could do to help you studying, right? But this is one of them, the Cornell Notes. So you can actually have your key points or questions in this section here, right? You have your dates here, the details, definitions, the formulas, examples. You could put pictures here, you can draw in this area. Let's say you're doing anatomy and physiology, and we're going through the heart, right? You could draw the different chambers here, the right atrium, the left atrium, right? You can draw the tricuspid valve, the bicuspid valve, and all these different things, and you can actually, you know, look at the, you know, the vena cava, the superior, the inferior. Look at how the, let's say, divide in 4. Gosh, you can actually see where, you know, it's coming in, entering, right? Oh gosh, guys, I know I have the vision, I know what I want to draw, but oh gosh, right? But you can do some drawing and scribbling here, right? If you are a very visual learner, and probably you need to make diagrams and flow charts, you know, to help you to know, to remember the information and all of that. So this section, right, this section is basically my note-taking section, and I only had one, right? This came probably as a freebie with the Lux Pro, one copy of the Cornell Notes. So I just included it here to just show you guys it, but you can make your own Cornell Notes. So I had these pages here from a copybook. I have a lot, oh my god. So I realized that it was actually the size of the planner, so I just decided to pierce the holes, punch the holes, and I inserted it. Just cut off the back and I inserted it. So this is what I mean. You can set up the pages, your blank pages, with the lines, like this. So you can set up your notebook like this, you can set up your copybooks or whatever like this, wherever you take your notes for your classes. You have your key points, right? And then you have the main things, but you're not going to be just making a whole lot of notes. You're going to actually identify, again, that will be another video. I'm straight, that will be another video. But guys, so this is my area for taking notes. So I'll add pages or remove pages as need be, right? So I'm a mom and I'm a nurse, nothing scares me. Guys, this is so true, because again, when you go to the clinical area, right, when you go on the wards, I'm gonna change my profession, this is not for me, right? And then some of us decide to stay, right, because like we said, 0% sanity. Some of us decide to stay and ride it through. All right, so as a nurse, you're going to encounter a lot of things. Some things really challenging, some things really scary, some things really off-putting. You'll survive, you will survive. Yeah, so I really like this. I really like this one. And look at the back again. Night shift nurse, keeping them alive until 7:05. Oh my gosh, I just had to include it there, right? Guys, love me. Good. So here we go into the personal section. Here we go into self-care. So the front of the planner is basically school. And now we have self-care. Guys, self-care is important. And a lot of us do not practice self-care. We don't, right? Let's be honest, right? And the thing about it is, we are the persons that are taking care of the patients, and we are not taking care of ourselves, right? So we being real, we are not taking care of ourselves. We don't have time for this, we don't have time for that. Everything is on pause. Yeah. Now, studying is a sacrifice. I do not have a social life at this point in time. It's fine with me. Some of us might not be too happy about that, but it's fine with me. So we need to have a routine for self-care to make sure that, okay, we are not neglecting ourselves as caregivers. As healthcare professionals, we do that. The doctors neglect themselves, the nurses, right, the pharmacists, all of us, we neglect ourselves. Some of us do not find that time to take care of us, and then you know what, we end up on the same bed as a patient and your colleague taking care of you. So we have to try to practice self-care and try to ensure that we are doing what we need to do to make sure that, okay, we are okay. So your self-care, you can basically put whatever you want on it, right? I printed enough pages to last me until probably April next year. It's weekly, so we have 1 week to the front, we have 1 week to the back, right? And basically what each of them says, if you can't really see it that well, now I printed this, I designed it, and I printed it on Canva. It's a really good site if it is you're like me and you like to make your stuff. If you don't want to do that, you can go on some of those sites like Etsy, where persons actually make the planner inserts and everything. If you don't want to do any work, you can actually download some of their inserts directly from those sites, and you will have it prepared already. You can purchase stickers if you like and add your stickers to it, but like I said, I'm not really going to have time to like add stickers to my planner, but I am attracted to color. I'm attracted to things like that, right? So I decided to use these elements, and I had them like on the document, you know, do that transparent effect so I could actually see them on the document and more or less make the document my own. Yeah. So first act of self-care would be to drink a glass of water to start the day. So remember, your body would have been fasting for a certain amount of hours, and drinking that glass of water could actually help to stimulate your digestive system, right? So drinking a glass of water to start the day, enjoy 30 minutes of exercise. Enjoy. So we're trying to move away from, oh God, it's exercise. We're trying to change the mind, more or less. Want to enjoy 30 minutes of exercise, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's putting on the television and doing a 15 minutes aerobics, two sets or something like that, you know. But at least you can find 30 minutes. I'm saying this, and actually I have to actually implement these changes because I have been very lax and have not been taking care of myself as I should. Have a healthy breakfast. Sometimes we can't afford it, and sometimes when you're on the go, the quickest thing for you to grab is a doubles or some pies and all this oil and all this grease. It's not good for us. We know this, but we still do it. All right, self-care, we being objective, we taking a look at what's going on with us, and we're going to try to make changes, gradual baby steps. Today I might have the doubles, tomorrow, okay, I don't have any doubles. All right, I might have, you know, a little smoothie, a fruit smoothie or something like that, you know, some oats, something like that. Yes, we need to plan and make preparation for these things, so these things actually happen as well. Okay, take a break between tasks. Right, take a hot or cold shower, whichever one you need. If the day is very hot, when you get home, take a nice cold shower. So if the day is very cold and you can run a hot bath and calm down, cool, you know, relax, get into that mode, you can do that as well, whichever works for you. All right, so read something meaningful. We spend too much of time on social media. Plenty of us spend too much time on social media, and we just looking for this 5-minute gratification, and some of us mightn't even make it through the entire video, and we don't realize that the neurological pathways that we creating when we're doing that, because then we get so accustomed to this dopamine rush that when it's time for us to sit down for a lecture for 2-3 hours, it's like a chore, it's like a task we can't make, we feeling sick and all kind of thing, but we actually doing it ourselves. So we need to try and, you know, detox from the microwave system where we want everything right now. Okay, and I need to read. There's a lot of stuff that we will not discuss in the classroom session, so you need to read. Right, pick up whichever area you're looking at, read. When you have a 50 minutes, read. Watch a video. If it is you're not into the reading, watch a video. All right, but there are different methods for us to ensure that we're learning while we're going through school. Yes, disconnect, meditate, zone out, eat a healthy snack, wind down by avoiding bright light at night. Some of us, we cannot sleep without the phone being on and all this nonsense. You know, avoid the blue light, and then get in your bed before 10 p.m. Now, I know some of you are going to laugh because this doesn't happen for all of us, because some of us working and all of that, and then some of us want to be up longer than 10 o'clock or later than 10 o'clock, I should say, because we have group projects and all these things. Here I have a food journal. This food journal basically is documenting what I'm eating during the day, because like I said, guys, I've gained a lot of weight because I've been eating a lot of crap, a lot of trash when I come home, because I realize that I don't really eat when I'm on work, in the clinic, in the ward or whatever. I don't really eat. I don't find the time to, and it's taken a toll on me, so I need to restructure myself, and this will help me, right, to ensure that, okay, I had breakfast today, I had lunch today, I had dinner. If it is I'm doing it and I realize, okay, there's a pattern, I'm not doing it, okay, I'll check myself, because it's set up again for a week, so I'll see where I would have fallen short, and I'll make the adjustments, you know, as need be. So ensure that I'm drinking water, ensure that this is going on. I can actually document what I had, so it might be a way to count your calories, track your calories and all of that too. The only thing I forgot to add here was my like my step counts, how much steps you're making for the day and things like that. But I could actually go back here where we have enjoy the 30 minutes of exercise and probably add a step count here as well. Sleep tracker. There was a nice cutout I wanted to include excuse me, and the thing about it is, as nurses, we don't sleep. We don't sleep, oh my goodness, and when we do sleep, it's always interrupted. It's always interrupted. So I realized that I'm a morning person. It's been so since I know myself. So I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day as a rule, whether it's holiday, vacation, it doesn't matter. I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning, and I'm always bright and sprightly and chipper in the morning. And then you would find, like, after lunch, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I started to get kind of grumpy, because I realized probably that's my circadian rhythm. So I'm probably winding down and starting to feel sleepy and agitated those hours. So there are people that they're not morning persons, and then there are persons like myself. I'm not a night person. I do not like to be up in the night. I like my sleep. And then I notice if it is I wake up during the night, my sleep gets interrupted. So I created a tracker to see exactly how many hours of sleep I'm getting. Here I have my period tracker. This is basically for a year. So I'll be documenting all of that here. So it'll be yearly. So I just have like a few, like 2 inserts actually, because I haven't started, because I just finished putting the planner together last night, and I decided I'll just record it today. So along with the period tracker, I used to fast right? And I've stopped, but I need to start back fasting because I think I feel really good when I do a fast. So I have a fasting tracker here, right? It's set up for a month as well, and these are the hours from 2 to 24 if you do a 36 or 48 or 72 or extended fast, depending if it is you use the aid or anything like that. For those of us who fasted before, we would have known what I mean when I say aid. Probably I'll do a video on that too. But anyway, so that's this section. Then at the back here, I have my cleaning checklist. Isn't she all that, guys? She believed she could, so she did. Yes. Cleaning schedule here. So this is my checklist. I have it set up for a month as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks for a month as well. So to ensure that the house staying clean, right? We don't want to come home in a dirty environment. So this goes hand in hand with the family and all of that too, to make sure that we covered an area each right, for the week. So we have everything listed out here in terms of cleaning, and that should take care of that. And in this section I also have, right, so the cleaning, and I had a budget planner as well. We like to plan and budget. I kept this one really clean as well. I just added this element here, and I kept this one really clean because this is your finances and you want to make sure that everything is correct on this page as well, nothing distracting and all of that. So I inserted, all of these are monthly, so I just inserted, like, let's say this is a month of September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So like I said, most of the inserts go up to April, and then I can change them, you know, as need be. So I also have an expense tracker, because even though we have the budget planned out for the month what we're going to do, sometimes you might stray from things here, and you might have different expenses that would pop up, things that would happen in the school, at kids' school, whatever. Life happens sometimes. That is where I'll document what's going on with that. Like I said, this is monthly, so I just have the amount of inserts that I would need for the period of time. And that is basically my entire setup, guys, for my planner. Alright, so just quickly to the back. So I had this life. Yep, we know about it. Hustle like a boss, live like a queen. Guys, we have to be motivated and know why we're going through this struggle, because at the end of the day, we all want to live a good life. And nursing is one of those professions where you won't be stagnant. You have a lot of area to grow, a lot of areas to be dynamic and all of that. So you know why you make any sacrifice. So I have the today ruler in the back here that came with the planner, and I made this. I made this pencil case. In the back here I just have some neon pens and glittered pens. Right, everything in the back here. Right, so that's that. Oh, and guys, look at this. Oops. Right, so I have, let me just put this to the side. So I had my care plan here. I have, what else is this? So I have this here. Let me just put this on the side. Right, so this is our attendance register. You know, you're gonna have this for your attendance. Care plans, these are templates that I'll print and use while we're in the clinical side to help us prep for patients. So that's the care plans here, templates. These are just some notes that I would have made and have it stuck there. Also, when you go into your clinical area, you need to have your objectives printed as well. That's to the back there. You need to have your list of objectives, what you need to do, what you need to get accomplished for the particular area that you're in. So you definitely will include your objectives in your setup as well. Guys, look at this pen. Cute, right? And it's writing so nice. So that is basically, oh, I forgot my notepad, nurse's notes. So again, sometimes I might not have the planner with me, but I'll have these notes, the notes, right? So you write your notes, you document your notes, and this will fit in your pinafore pocket quite easily. So you could always have an area where you could take notes, document, and then, you know, put it in your planner, document it in the planner. So this goes back here. Oops. Right, so that goes back there. Let's ruler, the back there, and that is basically the setup. Personal to the back and school to the front. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this planner reveal, this layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Right, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, come talk to me. You know, if you have an issue, let me know in the comments. We can probably bring it up in one of these sessions, and I plan to do more videos. I think it'll be nice for being a well, I'm going into my 3rd year, so I would have acquired quite a bit of experience, I think. So, you know, can answer certain questions, we can help each other. So let's do that. Let's be each other's keeper and help each other. And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this setup, and this will be my setup for now until probably the end of October when I do a Halloween setup. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you for being here with me. Bye.